Howdy folks, Mr. Reed here. Welcome to one more question. So for today we're going to take a look at horizontal and vertical translations of functions, specifically taking them from an algebraic form and putting them into some sort of word description. We're going to do it at a medium level this time. So specifically going to do both translations at the same time with a little bit of algebraic differences between the way that it's written and our generalized form. And that will give us maybe a little more flexibility to be able to determine what these things are going forward. So let's get to it. All right, folks. So first thing, I'm going to just write down the general form for these things. So g of x is equal to f onto x minus h plus k. So we'll say that that takes care of both our horizontal and our vertical translations. So if you remember from the medium, if you watched it, or you just know on your own, for the h value, that's the parameter that's going to take care of the left-right translation stuff, and the k value is what's going to take care of the up-down translation stuff. So in today's example, which is up above, we have both of these things going on. So both the h and the k parameters exist, and so we're going to experience a translation that does both, and that's good. One other thing though, if you look at the way that it's written, q of x minus 3 is equal to f onto x plus 4. The location specifically of the k parameter is a little bit off compared to what I have written down as the generalized form. That's okay, and it really depends on your comfort level, whether you feel you would want to rearrange what's going on there or not. I'm going to do it because I think if you're watching these and just getting into them, the more you can make things get into a familiar form until you become very comfortable, that's probably a good step to take. Once you become very familiar with what's going on, then you will be able to make that choice on your own and know whether you are aware of what it does in this position as opposed to the one that we've gone over before. All right, so what we're going to do here is just a very small rearrangement. I'm going to add 3 to both sides of my equation. That's going to get rid of the minus 3 on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, it's going to end up looking like this, so plus 3. Now, at this point, the advantage to doing it this way is now I have k value plus 3. Those definitely correspond together, and they're in the same position. I also have in here x plus 4 is the same as the x minus h inside of the argument, which means I now have a value for both the k and the h. So I'm going to go ahead and put in that my k value in this particular case is positive 3. 3 on its own is fine. It's just as a reminder that I've actually gone ahead and recognized that there is a sign with it and that it is positive. The other value there is going to be an h value of negative 4. So just to be aware of that, again, it is x plus 4 inside of the argument, but the generalized form from before is x minus 4. So in order to get that negative 4 in there when you are, x minus h, when you're trying to get that positive 4 in there, it has to be subtracting a negative 4 value. So that's what's going on in that particular instance. We now have a k value, we now have an h value, and because of what we had figured out with translations, which are once you have the parameters picked out, k, which is the up and down stuff, positive is up, negative's down. Great, that makes sense. Same thing with the h. If you've worked out what the parameter is, negative is to the left, positive is to the right. So in this particular case, we have 4 units left, and I'm going to do it in a little more shorthand this time. So 4 units left and 3 units up. And if you want to be more specific, what is it? Well, it is q of x is a translation of 4 units to the left and a translation of 3 units up. And that would be what's going on in this particular question. So remember things that you want to do. You want to make sure that you are comfortable with the algebraic arrangement and then it matches what you are able to do, matches what you know how you know things work in your head. So for me, if I'm trying to get somebody to do this stuff from a kind of an early point of view, I would introduce the generalized form, and I would say make sure that you are very comfortable with that, and once you are, just match it up. So we rearranged, it matches up, good. We can explain what's going on now, and that's all there is to it. So hopefully you found that helpful. Subscribe, like, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you around again. Take care.